Hey everyone, namaste. I have an important announcement to make. The wizard came out last night. The wizard in me. This is something I've talked about in past videos. The wizard in me. I'll explain it like this. When the wizard comes out in me, it's my way of describing myself when I enter a complete oneness in presence to the moment, in positive energy, in perfect action, in the pursuit of serving and uplifting others, and acting in my highest vibrational state that I can possibly be. That's when the wizard comes out. And this is something I have noticed in my life over time. I've noticed it in the past with basketball games and other sporting events and interactions I've had with people. I can replay situations and know when the wizard has come out. And it's just this pattern I've noticed in my life and in the past. When the wizard comes out in me, everything is in perfect order. It's like I'm a magnet. People just like gravity, this unseen gravity pulls people toward me, and they just like want to be near me, because when the wizard comes out, it's an energy unlike any other. It's not something that's normally seen in life. And I'm blessed and lucky to be able to tap into this. And I don't know how to do it consciously yet, but I know how to do it. But I know I know how to. I know how to increase the chances of it happening, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But first, I want to talk about last night when the wizard came out. So I went dancing, and I go dancing at the Westerner, and I've been doing that for a little while, periodically. And I started doing this even though I made a video a while ago, like a couple years ago, when I said there was an end of an era of dancing at the Westerner. And for Wednesday night, this special Wednesday night event that happened, that was true. But I've been going on the weekends, and it's fun. Some nights are just like, that was kind of a blah night. Some nights are like, oh yeah, that was fun. But last night, an event happen where the wizard came out, and that hasn't happened for a number of years. A number of years. So I'll try to describe it the best I can. I was just there, and I was talking to one of my friends that I was there with, and she's a good friend. I've met some good souls at the Westerner, and there's a few of them. I saw two of my good friends there last night, and this song came on, and I think the name is Mr. Brightside from the Killers, and so the song comes on, and I just take her to the middle of the dance floor, and tons of other people go to the dance floor, because it's like a party song that you can just dance and boogie around to and just have fun. And when I did that, all overthinking and being inside my head went poof, just went away. And I just started jumping around. I'm this 46-year-old guy, a 6'4", 46-year-old guy. And I'm jumping around the middle of the dance floor, and there's all these like 20 and 30-year-old guys and girls there, because it's like clubbing and dancing is not largely a middle-aged or older people's game. It's more for younger people. But I'm there with my friend. She's just a touch older than me, and I just start jumping up and down and dancing to the song. And I'm doing all sorts of weird stuff that I don't even know how I'm doing it. I'm dancing like a leprechaun. I'm jumping up and down with my hands in the air. I start doing the running man, which is like you're running in place dance. And I notice people around me are starting to mimic my dance moves. And they're starting to just stand near me and dance near me, like I'm pulling people in with this unseen gravity. And I'm doing it by not telling anyone to come near me. I'm not telling anyone to do it. I'm not forcing anyone to do it. I am just simply expressing myself in my most highest state of being, which acts without thinking about what to do. It doesn't think about what's the next dance move should I do? What should I say next? It's a complete alignment of pure joy and positive energy. And I didn't know the wizard was coming out during this because I can't think when the wizard's out. There's no thinking. There's just an is, just a being. And so I'm just dancing around, and then I start spinning in the center of the dance floor. I hold out my arms and I just start spinning faster and faster. And all I see is just this blur of while I'm spinning for 30 or more seconds. I just spun and spun and spun and said, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna keep spinning, and then I stopped, and the song started to end, and I'm like thinking to myself, whoa, what the hell just happened? And all these people near me, and everyone kind of simmers down, and I look around, and I'm like, did that just happen? And I went to back to stand on the edge of the dance floor, and I said, holy shit, the wizard just came out in me. The wizard just came out in me. And it was beautiful. It was a combination of things. This wizard would come out multiple times in 2019 and 2020 when I first was going to dance, and I think I know what one of the things that helps the wizard come out in me. One of the things that helps the wizard come out in me is doing things that make me proud of myself, doing things that are hard and I'm scared to do. And I did that last night. I asked multiple girls I didn't know to dance, and the dances were fine. Usually when I dance with someone, it's not like spectacular or anything. It's like, okay, that was fine. And sometimes I dance with someone and it's awkward and there's no chemistry, and it's almost like we're just polar opposites, and the energy's just not there. And then sometimes I'll dance with someone where there's just insane chemistry, like we are reading each other's minds. But the majority of dances are just like, that was fine. Okay. And then you have the 10% of dances where there's just insane chemistry, and then the 10% where it's the opposite of insane chemistry. There's just no chemistry. So I did the video recently where I talked about conviction and discipline, and my conviction in Tesla and the direction that Tesla is taking the world in automotive transport is inspiring to me. And I started buying Tesla in 2017, as I said, and the stock went down, and I held it. And I've held it through difficult times. President Biden has a hard time saying the word Tesla or talking about Elon Musk. And I don't blame him, because his crew or his group of people are the unions of the automakers. So he'd be basically speaking against his peeps, his clan of people. And so who's going to do that? Most people aren't going to do that. So I understand why he's not doing it, and I'm not upset about it. But it was just it was a climate that was not very conducive for Tesla. And now there's a president as imperfect as Donald Trump is, which he's a very imperfect man, as I am too. But it sets up a much better climate, a much better runway for Tesla to succeed. And I'm proud of myself for holding it and not selling it and believing in it. The days where it was way down and I was like, I'm going to just lose all this money, when I could have just put this money and paid off my condo and had a much easier life. Like, I thought that many times. I could have taken all the money I've invested in Tesla and just barely paid off my condo. But instead, I've taken that money and put it towards something I believe in. And I'm incredibly proud of myself. I look at myself and I say, damn, like, you're this single father of these 2 daughters, and you've been able to sell everything not bolted to the floor and give up the comforts of life to invest in Tesla over the last 7 years, an amount of money that you could have paid off your condo and had minimal expenses, but instead you put that money towards something you believe in and risked it, risked the money, knowing that you could lose it, that Tesla could go bankrupt or something could happen to Elon Musk, and you still held to your convictions. And I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself. It's hard. It's been hard to do. So many people hate Elon Musk and Tesla, and it's allowed because America has free speech. So there's no wanting to change that. There's no wanting to change people who hate Elon Musk. That should be allowed. It should be allowed. It will be allowed. That freedom of expression and freedom of speech. And yeah, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself that I've stayed alive. I've stayed alive when in early 2019, I was walking with a cane and I just thought I was going to be a vegetable in someone's basement. It was scary. It was super scary. But I did what it took. I bought the expensive amp coil for $7,500 and I started juicing 8 or 9 glasses of juice, various vegetable juices of carrots, apple carrots, celery, cucumbers, and all sorts of things. And I just went balls to the wall to reclaim my health. And I fought for my life. And I don't know if I've described that battle in detail enough to help you all understand that I was fighting for my life. If you listen to Avril Lavigne's song, Head Above Water, she describes her fight for her life with Lyme disease. And I fought. I took the masculine essence inside of me and I marshaled it to will myself to do whatever it took to get healthy again. And it's been an up and down battle of health since then. But now, for the first time, this last week or so, I'm feeling good again. I'm feeling healthy again. I feel like my energy and life force is returning again. And I've had to fight fervently for the last 6 years or so for my life to live, to have this one life and stay alive. To stay alive. I've lost my mom. My mom passed away in September of 2018. My youngest sister, Davina, passed away in December of 2020. I've seen death in my family, and I felt death's door approaching me many times, and I've just fought because I believe in life. I believe in life, this one life we have to live, whatever meaning you give to it. It seems we just have this one life. and I want to live. I want to experience life. And I'm proud of myself for having the fortitude and the tenacity to stay alive. And I've faced a lot of depression dealing with my health challenges when I've felt myself feeling like I'm being tasered in my bed, or all my joints ache and it feels like my knees are going to just collapse and my legs are going to break in half, and all the stuff that's been going on that, as men, it's hard for us to talk about this kind of stuff because we don't want to burden anyone, but men kill themselves so often because they can't express and share their feelings, because then they're not being masculine. And I'm here to tell you, as a guy, you can be masculine. You can be strong and powerful and masculine and still share your feelings, and you can cry. You can be both. these things are not mutually exclusive. I felt it yesterday when I was kicking the heavy bag. I've learned to kick incredibly fast and hard, and I know that I could defend myself and my loved ones just with my hands and feet if I had to. And I do that, and I love that aspect of my life, and that power, that masculine energy and power that I can channel into my training, and I feel it with the thunderous force that I can kick and punch. And I can be that. I can be He-Man or Superman and channel that innate masculine energy I have, that power within me. And then I can also be empathetic and understanding, and I can feel. And both of these are necessary. You can't just be a feeling empathetic man, or you're too feminine. And you can't just be the alpha grunting, pounding chest man, because then you're too masculine. You lose the best parts of each. And I think the best way to be as a man is to channel the best parts of masculine and feminine energy. We are masculine beings, yes. So we should use our naturally more stronger, denser, larger bodies to live life, and we're more geared for the difficulties and the pressures of life, for war. Men are more built for war than women are. It's just the way the biology is and the genetics are. Men in general, men are just bigger and stronger and denser and more built for war. Now, there's some women on this earth that could beat me up, I'm sure, like MMA fighters and whatnot. A woman that would just tear me up, for sure. That exists. But there's this innateness, kind of our core way of being for men is masculine, and the core way of being for women is feminine. But I think both genders can benefit from taking the bests of their opposite polarity and learning to also understand and be that when necessary. And today, as I'm doing this video, I'm allowing the more feminine energy, the way to express and feel, to take hold. And I'm not scared of it. I'm not scared of expression and feeling and letting myself be emotional. It's okay. And then at some point, I'll go to the gym and I'll lift heavy weights and I'll play some hard rock and rap and Eminem music, and I'll kick ass at the gym, and I'll be that. And life is not a pigeonhole for us where we have to be one way or the other all the time. But I share this video to just express myself in my journey, and how proud of myself I am. How proud I am of Jeremy Noel Johnson, the man I see in this phone while I'm doing this video. And I'm proud of myself that I've learned to express myself dancing, something that was so terrifying to me before I got sick with Lyme disease. When I went dancing for the first time in April 2019, it was terrifying. It was awkward. And to be fair, it's still awkward and terrifying at times today. I still get nervous when I ask someone new to dance. It's still not easy. But I can go in the middle of the dance floor and boogie and just be silly and goofy and not care what anyone thinks about me. And that's a gift. That gift is incredible, because I could not do that before I got sick. I did not have the capacity as a human to do that until I took the risk and faced my fear of dancing. And it's beautiful, and I love it. It feels good. It feels like I'm doing exactly what I should be. Full expression and oneness. And other people see that. They see my freedom of expression and my ability to be myself, and they are drawn to that. And I'm drawn to other people who do that too. That life is hard. We're stressed out. We've got things that scare us, and there's lots of scary things in this world. Like I've listened to some of these fears, and I understand them, and I say, yeah, that is a concern. That is a fear. And Deborah Lord, your comment about that someone always suffers no matter who is the political candidate or whatever the environment of the world is, that's true. That's very true. For instance, with the US, with Donald Trump and the Republicans kind of sweeping everything, is it's going to be good. It's going to be good for border control and eliminating illegals in the US. It's going to be great for the economy, the stock market, and my Tesla stock are likely going to go up quite a lot over the next 4 years. It's not going to be good for social causes like LGBTQ and those kinds of things. No, it's not going to be good for those. And and I understand the other fears around it. It's like, yeah, I understand. There's nothing I know that I can do about it, but I understand and I can listen and say, yes, I can see why you're concerned about that. But I'm feeling proud of myself when I feel proud of myself and I'm facing fears and I'm finally seeing positive results of my choices of discipline. It's exciting. It's like, oh, there is actually like a reward for this, for what I've been doing. It's not just doing it and never getting anything for it except the act of doing. There's a tangible result that's occurring. I may actually be able to retire completely in about 4 years. And I've been worried that I would have to work till I'm 65. But we'll see. Like anything can happen. It can all be taken away at any time. Everything. My Tesla stock can go to zero. The world can go into chaos and turmoil. It can all be taken away at any time. But to be able to see that there's a chance I can retire at 50 years old and just live my life in my own way, in my own meaning and purpose, that at least I have the option. I may not take the option, is exciting. And I'm just feeling good. And I've also learned to accept reality as it is. And I learned this lesson through my dating adventures. This lesson was hammered into me by my failures in dating and having woman after woman after woman I really liked disappear slowly or quickly from my life. And eventually I had to say, I need another approach to this. And after trying to figure out what was the best approach, it was be detached to be at peace. And I learned that lesson and I started integrating and incorporating it into my life. And now if there's any situation with a woman where I like her and I can tell she doesn't like me back, I just kind of send her love and say, okay, no worries. And I allow it and I accept it. And I say, I can't date her. I can't have her at all. And I don't want her to date me if she doesn't want me. I wouldn't want to date someone that I don't want. And I accept it with love. And I accept the reality as it is. It's like, I'm not good enough for that woman. There's a disconnect in our chemistry, whatever it is. There's no resistance to it. I say, okay, that's how it is. And then I see, is there anything I can do better? What can I retrospect on to improve myself so that happens less in the future? And I do believe somehow, in some way, one day I am going to connect with someone. Even though I've expressed my frustrations and feel like I've just failed at the dating game of life, I do believe there's going to be someone one day that I connect with where I also look at her as, damn, that's someone I want. And she sees me and says, damn, that's someone I want. And it'll happen. And I don't know when. It's been a 10-year journey. But I believe it's going to happen one day. Belief is very powerful. And I do believe that a loving, fulfilling relationship is a beautiful thing in this world. It's hard to find. Most relationships aren't that. So the deck is stacked against me, especially in the US. The deck is stacked against me. That's okay. I believe in it. I believe in it. And that's all I need is my own belief in it. And certainly there's a lot of evidence to say that this is not the smartest move for me. That's fine. I understand. But it wasn't the smartest move to buy and hold Tesla stock and support Elon Musk when there's so much hate and fear, uncertainty, and doubt being thrown that way. Now it's paying off. So anyways, this video is getting kind of long. I've been rambling on, but I feel happy today. I feel proud of myself. And I think that happiness I feel is the result of being proud of myself for so many things that I've done over the years. and how I've faced adversity and overcome it. To me, that I look at Jeremy and Jeremy the man right here, and I say, you kick ass, dude. Your resilience and resolve and ability to overcome challenges and stay positive is inspiring. It's inspiring. And so I feel inspired today, and I just wanted to share that inspiration with all of you. And I'll go respond to some of your comments in my last video now. And I'll say namaste with much love, with much gratitude, with much appreciation. I'm grateful that I live in a country that allows me to freely express myself. And I hope all of you on my channel know you're free to express yourself in any way. Even if you hate me, even if you think something I said is ridiculous, you can express that, and it's okay. I'll read it and I'll listen and say, all right, glad you expressed yourself, because it's a safe place to express yourself. So namaste. I'll see you in the next video.